I woke up this morning singing, God is so good. I woke up this morning singing, God is so good. Yeah, I woke up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. We're feeling good down in our souls. God is so good. We are feeling good down in our souls. I am feeling good down in my soul. Hey, my God is so good to me. Go ahead, Russell. He's going to play how good he is as God on the keyboards. I got up this morning singing. You know, I got up this morning. God is so good. I got up this morning singing. God is so good. My God is so. My God is so. My God is so good to me. All right, thank you, everyone. Participation.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Reverend Deborah Johnson, known also as Rev D, and welcome to our Inner Light Ministries monthly gathering. Yes, indeed. You know, we wouldn't be Inner Light if we didn't start off with prayer. You always got to start off with prayer. Now, we've been praising. You know, you can pray through music, you can pray through movement, you can pray through all of that. Now we're going to use our words. And I see so many wonderful ministers and practitioners of consciousness. And I'm going to open it up. Is there somebody in the house who feels so moved to help open sacred space for us? Come on up. Come on up, Miss Yasmina. That was your hand, right? It was. Okay. Is she looking absolutely fabulous? She and her ensemble are part of our musical inspiration for this day. These two are Inner Light practitioners. They studied with us through our 4-year program.
All right. Can we do a tag team prayer?
Amen.
We're making that up.
Yep.
It's happening right now.
We're inventing today completely.
Sweet and loving Jaja, Father, Mother.
Divine Spirit, or as Jane would say, sweet, sweet Spirit. We acknowledge your presence in this space, in each and every one of us, in all life.
We give thanks, knowing that we are made in the image and likeness of the all good, the all one, the
Oh, yeah.
We speak a word over everyone in the hearing of our voices and every living being. Blessing, knowing that we are deeply blessed, that our very existence is evidence of a long history of blessed people who survived.
And bring their A game to this life that they get to live now.
I speak healing, wholeness, vitality, abundance, all needs met.
Strength, recovery, healing, openness, availability, acknowledgement.
We bind and just know the lies are not real, that we are one. We are one.
There's only one of us here.
We give thanks.
We celebrate that oneness.
We celebrate this oneness in the individual expressions that each of us here are in a living body that gets to move in the body, with the voice, every cell, every hair follicle, with the shoulders, with everything, whatever we got.
What a celebration. What a joy. And we didn't even memo to get the right color here.
And we give thanks and allow it to be, and so it is. All right, if we can have the Afrobeats Dance Choir come on up. And actually, before we start the music, actually, you say the awesome things about them usually after, but I want to say some beautiful things as they come. Let's look at this more than a man right here. Dejan DeWitt. This human being, just by his, they, and she's very existence, is allowing other people to live. People that are plagued by suicidality, they just know that Dejan exists, and they're like, I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. I'm all right. Whatever I choose to do, whatever body I'm born in, and if I change it, and if I don't, and whatever gender I call myself, or if I don't, I'm good. It's not nobody's business if I do. So thank you, Dejan, for being. This one right here, I'm gonna say same, everything, except for more and special and the Texas version. Yeehaw. And also an amazing Devin, and also an amazing seamstress, learning to be a tailor, and nurse. There's a lot more I could say. And model. This one is a stylist, amazing father, really committed to recovery. I think that's one of the things I most respect about you. Like, you are fighting the good fight. You're still in there in the trenches, and I know it's not easy, and you're showing up even when it's hard. And if you fall off that horse, you get back on. I love you. Thank you. So for everyone who's honored by that strength and perseverance, thank you, Cody. Yolanda, I just met an hour ago. So I'm going to say courage. Courage. And courage, Maya Angelou said that's one of the most important qualities. Because without courage, you can't do anything. I met her an hour ago. I really needed her energy, and God knew I needed Yolanda because a lot of people backed out at the last minute. From Australia.
I've met some of these folks for the last week. It's
Jinx,
so funny to
Jinx,
see.
thank
Grace
you.
and Jinx. Yeah.
And we were going to have an accompanist, but when that accompanist heard that, say your name again? That Yolanda's a lesbian and Dejan came out in the dress, he just ran away. And you know, we get to choose. He voted with his feet. And I think that our ensemble is much tighter without somebody scared, you know. And so we send him love where he's at. May he be in the right place and come back if and when he's ready. So that's all. I just wanted to say some love. I know it's a tradition to say after the musicians do their amazingness, we name them, but I wanted to bless you as you come. And this is my art form. My art form is gathering community and reminding us who we are. I'm going to stop talking until the next song. So go ahead and play the first song, but and I'll say a little bit more about everybody has a body. And there's a myth that happens, or I'm going to say one more thing. When I went to grad school in this country, I lived in Ghana as a child, but I went to graduate school in this country. And what I learned in graduate school is that all the kids, when they start kindergarten, they can all sing and dance. All the kids. They ask them, and they tell you that they can. They can sing, and they can dance, and they can draw, but by the 3rd grade, they can't. So something's going on, and that happened to my kids. I raised my kids here, and then my son, I remember the day he heard a song, and he tapped his friend. He's like, oh, I love this song, let's go. And his son looked at him like he was crazy, or his friend did, and then my son took a step back, and he didn't dance again for years. And I remember sometimes I would come out of my room, and if I saw my son dancing, he would stop. So I started opening my door like a little crack, and if he was dancing, I wouldn't come out. And that went on for a while. He would dance in the morning, and I would stay in my room, so he wouldn't, and then now I can come out of my room, and he keeps going. But I want that for y'all. So if there's any part of you, can I see a pinky or hand? Any part of you, anybody ever told you couldn't sing or dance, or somebody made fun of you, they're like, you off key, you ain't right, you don't got no rhythm, blah, blah, blah. It's nonsense. All right, Gabe. I don't know what the playlist is, but play something. We love you. I gave him the playlist. I just don't know the order they got it up in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is not a performance. In fact, at any point, if any of you guys don't want to be up here, go get friendly with somebody else. You can be anywhere. You don't got to be up here. I might not stay up here. It's Black History Month. I do not perform during Black History Month. I participate in my culture. I invite people to participate, but I do not perform, because when African people were brought to the Americas, all of our art forms were outlawed unless we were performing for white people. And then that word performance. What is our art when we're not performing? What if we're singing just to heal ourselves, just to connect, just because we love each other? I saw a friend, and we walked up to each other, and we both started making owl noises for no reason. That's like a song. I don't even know how it happened. We're just like, ooh, 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 ooh. What is that? Is that a performance? I don't know what that is, but that's my favorite. That's what we're doing today, okay? Gabe? Okay. Owl noises? Come on, everybody. So healing. Oh, he's doing it with the piano. Can I ask, is the first song Jerusalema? No. What's the first song? Was that by Brenda Fossey? Okay. This is our tech guy. Yeah. Can we just give it up for the band right now? That might be God ordered, right? It's like, hold on, we got real live people, music. A lot of traditions, people open their hands up to receive blessings. Feel that you have hands. And if you feel moved, open them up. I'm saying that, not because it looks good, because I see the smile on her face as she's moving her body. And it is not necessary to stand. Anyway, actually, sweetheart, bring me that stool down there because I want to model that. But if you're up and you want to, you might want to walk a little one direction and then try the other. Here we go. Here we go. Now I'm going to model from sitting down. This is for my friend Alice, who's 80 years old, because I love her. So feel your shoulders and see if they want to do anything. I see you back there, Russell. You got shoulders. They'll thank you tomorrow. And your hands, if you feel grateful, lift your hands up in some fashion and let the universe know that you are receptive to continue to receive the blessings. You woke up this morning breathing. All right, let's give it up. Thank you. And you guys just do anything you want. It's okay if you drown out the recorded music. I'm okay with that. Y'all are real people, and I love you, and you're amazing. Oh, okay. So here's the next one. So there's like, you start with your right foot. You tapping. I can't see Russell, but raise your hand if you are tapping your foot. Are you tapping it? All right. You tapping, Anna? Okay. Hey, go, Linda. Let's go. Now we're switch to the left foot.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami.
Now we're going to switch right and left.
Jerusalem, ikayalami.
Then we walk forward, lift your hands up, and back. All right, I'm going to put this back. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, and back. Again, right foot. 2, 3, 4. Go, cowboy. Hey, our gold hat's back. Hey. Right foot. Evan's here. Hey. Okay, now I'm going to come around the room, and we're going to switch directions and move to our right.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami.
Just dance around each other a little bit. Like on the playground as children. One more time. 2, 3, 4.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami
Just dance
zungangishilana
around.
dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami.
Thank you, everybody. Let's give it up for yourselves. Thank you, Rev D, for inviting us to be ourselves in this way. Woohoo! Remembering what we knew about ourselves in kindergarten.
Let's show some love to Yasmina and her Afro Beats group and our very own house band with Russell Kreitman on keyboard, Etienne France, our band leader on bass, and Mr. Kevin Denoto holding it down on drums. Amen. So, I want 4 volunteers. I love it. I love it. Okay, I want 4 volunteers to come up and to share what happens to you when you dance. Okay? Just what happens? So Jeff, you know, your hand went up like a shotgun, so you're definitely in the first 4, so come on up. So come on. Okay, I can take 5. Come on. We can do that. Okay. So just briefly, you can pull it off. Just say what happens to you when you dance?
I feel as if I can let go of any judgment or censoring in my head, and I can just let it go and just be silly if I want to, and I just feel a sense of release.
Okay.
I was just bouncing around with people, and me and Linda started doing something, and
Tell us your name.
my name's Jeff.
Yes. Hey, let's wait till they're all finished. before we applaud at thee. Just tell us your name and what happens for you when you dance, particularly like right now. What shift? What happened?
Hello, my name is Mark, and initially I felt self-conscious because I always do this stinking thinking like I got two left feet, but I just let it go, and my inner smile made me have an outer smile, and it feels good. I'm not going to win any contests anytime soon, but it's all good.
No, and we met this morning, so. That's why I'm here. Yeah, I spoke at the Center for Spiritual Living this morning, the guest speaker there.
I'm Linda Grace. Hi. I wore red. Yasmina and I just. Anyway, I feel like I just feel this energy coming up from the ground, up through my body, particularly when I'm dancing with other people. And it feels so very much like being in the choir because I start crying even. I just feel overtaken. And then afterwards, I just feel joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Cody.
Hi, Cody.
When I dance, the best way I could articulate it is, I feel like I'm at my temple door, like I'm banging on my temple door, and then the divine opens up and it's right there. It's a fusion of like my sorrows, my fears, my resentments, my hurt. Anywhere I hurt, anywhere I have joy, they touch each other. And when I dance, like both sides, they just, I don't know, they sing their song. They get to express themselves. And so there's this like, there's this uplifting element that happens in my like joints and stuff. Like I don't feel pain. The pain, and that's emotional or subtle and spiritual and physical. And what it is that I think it's that I'm banging on the door of my temple. That's the best way I could describe it.
I love it. And
I'm just like bowing and prostrating, but at the same time, just showing reverence. So thank you guys for the body, for life, for spirit.
Amen.
My name is Catherine, and I felt like a child. And for somebody who's 81 years old, it felt damn good.
This is what I feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you.
Look at the diversity here. Look at the variety of people. Okay, and the music and the rhythm is equally available to all of us. To all of us. It doesn't show up more for one than another. It's there at any moment, at any time. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Our whole theme for today is rhythm and joy. People often ask me, particularly given sort of our social-political climate and all of the things that are happening, you know, Rev D, I don't know how to do it. You know, I don't know. I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, I'm depressed. You know, everything looks so spooky and scary. You know, it's like, I don't know what to do. You just did it. You just did it. I could have told you to do it, but it wouldn't have meant anything if you didn't do it. Okay? You felt it. You felt it within you. Okay? This is our way out. This is our way up. Indigenous cultures have known this throughout history. And there is a reason why the oppressors or the colonialist or whomever it is that's coming in to try to occupy a territory, one of the first things they do is they shut down the music. They shut down the celebrations. They shut down the dance. Because that connects you back to God. It's hard to control people who are connected to the source. It's hard to have people cowering in fear who are connected to the source. Don't let yourself get disconnected. The apathy, the despair, the overwhelm, the sense of hopelessness, that's a weapon. You didn't just wake up that way. I want you to really hear what I'm saying. It's a deliberate tactic. It is a deliberate technique to wear you down, to have you forget who it is that you are, to have you so worried and concerned about what they're doing that you forget what you can do. There was a phrase that Malcolm X used to use that was very popular in the black community, and I just love it. He'd tell the crowd, "You've been bamboozled." Just say bamboozled. Doesn't it have like a nice ring to it? I've been bamboozled. Say it again. Boozled. To be bamboozled means that you've been hoodwinked. You drank the Kool-Aid. You forgot who it is that you are, that you've taken on so much stuff that you don't remember. See, this is the strength and this is the power of our indigenous soul. We try to make that term like all exotic, like it's just for some people. Everybody comes from indigenous roots. And indigenous, just like if you're talking about an indigenous plant, is a plant that belongs in that area. It wasn't transported or imported, exported, or anything like that, but that it is native to that. Okay? In our deepest soul, we are all native to the land. Okay? In our deepest soul, we are all connected to the elements. We're all connected to the earth and the water and the fire. We're all connected to the plants. Now, that something within us knows all of that. And we keep getting further and further away. And we have to give ourselves permission. I always say, decolonize your mind. Decolonize your mind. You know, particularly those of us that are real educated. That are real educated. That we get off into this very intellectual, analytical, way of thinking about things that separates out the heart from the head and that has us with the, paralysis of analysis, and we're just so busy off into the intellect that we get lost. And it has us believing in the quote-unquote facts. And then we're spoon-fed all of these facts that we're supposed to believe, and these things are supposed to determine our life. No, 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 no. Don't make a God out of that stuff. We have to learn how to shed it. I'm not saying that we've got to be ignorant. I'm the first one to use a big vocabulary, but I don't let it stop me from tapping in. Are you with me? We got to have a balance there where you want to merge the best of all of the worlds, the best of everything that we have here. Don't be so tilted, lopsided one way or another that we don't live in the integration. Okay? Feel, yes, and think, please. Think, and please feel. The balance between it all. We're here talking about rhythm and joy. The interesting thing about rhythm, and I know this is going to seem counterintuitive, but what creates rhythm is the silence. Listen to what I'm saying. What creates rhythm is the space in between. Just let that sink in for a moment. It's the space in between. So if you just hold a note, ah, but it becomes rhythmic. Ah, 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 ah. Are you with me? It's when you get off the note. So to feel this rhythm that I'm talking about, like that's in our bodies, we got to get off the note. It can't just be news, social media, Then you're not in the rhythm. You got to cut it off. Like, news, no news. News, no news. News, no news. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to create some rhythm and whatnot in your life. It's literally the space in between. If you're making a decision about something, the decision isn't actually made when you're thinking about the problem. The revelation doesn't come when you're actually thinking about the problem. Okay? The revelations come in the space in between. Are you with me? It's the space in between. The loving, the caring, and all. It happens in the space in between. I like the way that Lao Tzu puts it in the Tao Te Ching. This may not be the exact quote, but essentially, which says that it describes it. It says you build the house with the wood, but it's the empty space inside that you live in. Okay? You fashion the bowl or the jar with the clay, but it's the emptiness inside that makes it usable. Okay? So it says we work with matter, we work with it, but it's the empty space that we use. Are you with me? This is what we have to do in our lives. We have to create the empty space. It's like we're so busy with the wood, we're so busy with the clay, we're so busy trying to make something, but you can't live in the wood. You can't live in the clay. You can't hold your stuff in that. It's a container, but you have to create the space. TKO, front row. Okay. All right. So do I have a witness? Come on, come on. Come on. You Mr. Rhythm Man. Yeah, no, come on.
Okay.
Break it down.
You know, I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, I live my life by this.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'm
go for it.
well, let's talk about rhythm, you know what I mean?
You-
But, the mic be cool. But,
Yeah, come on. You know, this
Oh,
man, he
how'd you do that?
he can rap. He can rap.
Well, yeah.
Serious rapper.
So that's actually interesting you talk about rap,
Mm-hmm.
because rap changed. You know, I mean, first it came out and it was like hip hop, or you know,
Yeah.
I'm in the, I'm on the street and not da da da, you know.
Yeah.
And then when it got really advanced, it was like I go for sure, we go for more without a flaw, cause it's you know, and it got really full. And then Jay-Z came along, and all of a sudden it got like, you know, very spaced out, very minimal, and we all started feeling the spaces, you know. And you know, groove. It's all about groove. I mean, groove is like. What are you feeling? You're feeling that gap in the whole, right? But you know, and of course, you know, I'm gonna relate to it as a musician. But just like the esoterical. I mean, when you talked about the bowl. So what I thought about when you talked about the bowl is I thought about that we're like wrapping ourselves around space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we're taking this air or this no thing, and we wrap ourselves around it. You take the bowl and you wrap it around the space, or you build a house around the space. And I'm just, you know, when I think about my own life, which is very dense. I mean, I know we're all very busy, but it's really about those intervals. You know, I'm just to testify. This has been one of the most intense weekends of my life, my musical life. I mean, this is the apex. I've never had such a dense, varied level of music and gigs, and having to show up and rehearsing and being present for all this different stuff. And I'm so looking forward. I have one more gig at the Kumba actually tonight, which I'd love to plug. Rev is going to be there. And I'd love to see you all at the Kumba later. We could talk about it. I don't want to take a lot of the service time about it, but we're going to be at the It's a 7. And let me just plug it real quick. Victoria Theodore is going to be there. She played with Beyonce for 6 years, played with Stevie Wonder for 7 years. She's the artist in residence. We're going to have an amazing show. No one's turned away for lack of funds. So I really do recommend it. Like I say, Rev is there as my guest. I can't wait to see any of y'all there. But and as important and as wonderful as that is to me, I keep thinking about that moment when it's over. And I go home and I sit in my kitchen and I got nothing to do but just be. You know, but it has context. It's not because I'm idle. It's because I just had this incredible moment of like high intrinsic art and presence and camaraderie and gathering and community. And the other side of that really is the space, you know? And I think about my own meditation practice and how important that is. And you know, there's one of my favorite teachers, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I don't know if he coined this, but he often says, if you're really busy, like, if you're not too busy, meditate 20 minutes a day. And if you're really busy, meditate an hour. You know? I'm with that. Like, it's like that space. It's all about creating that space and, like, I don't say seizing it, but, like, you know, because it doesn't have to be that kind of contrary or, like, combative energy, but just, but in a way, yeah, like yes. Aggressively demanding that space, yes. You know? So, I don't know. I just want to say wrap yourself around that space. Take what you got and wrap yourself around it. Dancers know that. Dancers get in that. They get around it, you know? They hold it. So, you know. So yeah. For that, I'm going to turn it over to Yasmina because I think she's got something to...
Yeah, I got to come up here with the brother.
Yasmina is actually a Fulbright scholar in dance.
You were feeling that, right? Okay, before you sit, I have a question.
Yes.
Because when you said, and then Jay-Z did da-da-da, can you like just make the sound a little bit so I know what that is?
I'm trying to think of, I come from a different era, and I was a little late to the Jay-Z game, so I was trying to think of like some Jay-Z lyrics, but I couldn't right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll say something like, I don't get dropped, I drop the label. Like, he just says it with so much space and so much punctuation. Like I say, and just the contrast, like I said before, like people like Big Daddy Kane or Eminem or people who just really filled the space. Jay-Z was a very important moment, same with Biggie Smalls, when they came in and they just started saying way less.
Jay-Z, he's more like Snoop Dogg in terms of that space.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more of a West Coast.
Yeah.
When you started talking, I was feeling that so deep on the movement. Because coming back to our indigenous roots, like which is just humanity. When people think that being people and being connected to the earth is important, which is how, if a child is just born, they come in assuming that. If there's no stuff put on, that's just like a human nature thing. Like dogs have a nature, right? Different types of dogs have different things, but some stuff dogs do. It's stuff cats do, right? Cats aren't always, you can't just pet a cat all the time, right? I mean, that would be a unique cat, right? But dogs just like, you get home, you got a dog, and that's your dog. They're like, hey, right? So humans have a nature, and it is not evil, and it's not selfish, and you know it because you see how little babies are. How little babies are before they even talk, how they are. So in terms of movement, the nature of indigenous movement has space in it. It has space. Like if there's no rhythm, the thing that, here's the thing I wanted to share that hit me back there. I noticed that if I'm an audience full of African people, they clap in a different place than people that have Western education. And it's usually when the oldest person moves or the movement is subtle. Then everybody claps. Or the silence. Like if you have, somebody and they're dancing and they're like, when they stop, that's when all the Africans clap. If it's a Western audience, the moment they do some kind of acrobatic thing in the air, that's when the clap is. But this is why I got up from the back and walked up here, because my beloved teacher gives me permission to do that on this day, is because there's something that I just want you to know, because it's something that I have felt has been missing, and I just figured it out. That little quote that I said to you, okay, let me just back up a little bit. My mother moved me to live in West Africa as a child. Some of you know this, but some of you don't. Because she had a president that she found unsavory. So she just left the country. And I was 1.5. But that meant that as a child, I had to see money with faces on it that looked like me. There's just like a lot of things that support well-being, and which is natural. It's natural as a human being to grow up seeing pictures that look like you. Don't you think that's normal? Right? It's normal. If a kid draws a picture, who do they draw? Mom and dad. It's weird to watch TV and go to a library and there's no pictures of you. That's weird. And it separates people from themselves. Everybody should have that. So I was lucky to have that. It was a blessing because I had a revolutionary badass mama. She was like, no. She said no to some things. And in my prayer today, I said no to something. I said, and we say no to lies. Y'all already know. We say no. Okay, anyway. So where I'm going with this is the movement. When I came back to the United States, I felt like there was something missing. And I spent my whole life up until like last year, I watched this Netflix thing, and then the guy said something, and I was like, that's the thing. That's it. Because here I am, I'm a Fulbright scholar, I got this degree in theater, but I have no interest in performing. I don't have an interest in performing. People are always like, can you do this thing? You could do the Grammys. I'm like, I could. If you pay me enough, I'll do it. But what I'm really actually interested in is when what you guys talked about. When it's your spirit moving, and it's moving and it's healing you, and it's connecting you to God and to yourself and to the earth. That's what I'm interested in. And it was when I heard that, it was a British voice, and he said, when Africans were brought to the Americas, all of the art forms were made illegal unless it was the performance for the slave masters. And then I was like, oh, that's the thing. It's all the stuff. It's all the everything that I think is everything. And I'm like, it's not even, I went to school a lot of years. And it was just like absent. The thing that I think is the whole thing. Or not think, but feel. The whole thing, the real thing. I was like, how's it just missing? Just like you can scroll all day and the real stuff is missing, you know? So anyway, what I want you to know, just because I want you to know, is that in colonialism, the dances, and a lot of the most beautiful dances are missing, and you would not see them. And here's why. It's because it would be the French or the British or the Portuguese to get to decide which dances they wanted to see. Or the Hawaiians. The Hawaiians' dances, if you were watching a Hawaiian dance that a Hawaiian chose, it would be a big woman. That's what they want to see, a big woman. If it's a Samoan, if it's a Polynesian dance, it's going to be a big woman. And they're not wearing a grass skirt, and they don't got their titties out. Right? So you're like, you see the National Geographic, and they're showing like, you know, some girls dancing, and they're showing their breasts. That's a sacred ceremony for puberty. That's usually all women. Some dudes just over there taking photographs and showing like this is every day. No. It is natural. There's nothing wrong. I mean, I wouldn't be shy to show my breasts right now. There's nothing wrong with the body. I'm just saying that's not our culture. And a lot of what people think is our culture is actually European culture. That is not our culture. When you go to see a Hawaiian presentation, if it's for a white audience, what you're seeing is what they think white culture is. Or whatever people paid for them to see. So this is what I want to leave you with. The subtlety is what is missing. The space is what is missing. The elders are what is missing. And an African audience is clapping. It's when the oldest man or woman stands up. And everybody's like, hold on. So I don't even know. Raise your hand if you think you might be the oldest person in the room. All right. See, look over there. Look how gorgeous. Now, I mean, if I get up here, or Dejan back there, we get up here and dance, everybody's like, that's cool. But in Africa, if you get up, everybody's like, hold on. Is anybody missing? Get him up here. She's about to move. And then the movement will be subtle. Something that takes 80 years to be able to have that type of confidence. So I want to leave you with that. Thank you.
Actually, I think Richard takes the cake on the elder in the room. Richard.
Oh, hey.
How old are you, Richard? Yeah. He's got the cake. Can you bring your group up for one more dance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys coming up for one more dance? Dejan, Afrobeats Dance Choir. Oh yeah, let's go. Come on. Our honorary member, if you want to come up. So I want to say something about my friend Alice. There's a lot of people named Alice, so I feel like I can talk about them. My friend Alice, I met Alice a couple months ago. And she was telling me she was in her 80s and she had pain in her body. And I said, you know, you could hire me. I can help you with that. She's like, oh, I'm not hiring anything for anybody. I'm just getting ready for my death. You know, I've had a fall. I broke my hip and this and that. She's like, you know, I'm just getting ready. And I love Allison. I've known her many years. So I didn't lie to her. Like most black people lie to white people because there's a power dynamic and we feel like, oh, you know, I might get in trouble if I tell you what's really going on. But she's my good friend, so I told her. I said, y'all people die too easy. I had a grandma who lived to be 113. Why are you getting ready for your death? I mean, that's not necessary. You know, it's optional. I mean, stuff happens that's out of our control. You know, there's genetics and accidents and whatnot, but you're just like, you're choosing to this is what you're doing. And I'm just want to let you know that I know society does that to us in this culture. You know? And I was what was I complaining about to Cody? I was saying, well, my grandma in this country, she got to be in her 80s, and she flew from Virginia to California to see me. I got calls from all my relatives to try to talk her out of coming. And they were like, she's old, and she she's fragile. We don't think it's a good idea. And I just want to leave you with this. Why are people so stuck on the idea that people have to die in front of their TV at home? Why can't I die on vacation in California? Why can't I die on a yacht? Why can't I die making love? Why can't I die on a train or in a taxi, in the garden, dancing? My mama died dancing. She moved to Ethiopia. She started an orphanage. She had cancer. That's what she decided to do with her time. And they said she was dancing, and then she sat down, and she died. In a small village, and we couldn't even all go. We had to put our money together and send 2 of our siblings out there to go bury her over there. Because that's where she wanted to be. We didn't bring her back here. That's where she wanted to be. But I just want to put that to you. For your elders, if any of you are in that position, to think about that. And for ourselves, because we're all going that way. I'm like, I wouldn't want you to do me like that. Because kids, sometimes they want to take care of you. They want to take care of you by strapping you in a chair in a place where you'll be safe and you won't fall down. I have a friend, and she told me she's trying to get away from her son because he helps her too much. Let me get that for you. I'm like, hand her a weight. Hand her a little weight. Be like, let's do some stand-up, This is when you watch Netflix in between, and I'm going to stop. But this is my thing. This is my ministry today, which is about your health. Because we live in a body. Some of y'all forget. We live in a body. So I just learned this. I'm going to share it. I learned it 3 days ago from the New York Times. There's a thing called, I think it's called sit-downs or something like that. But you basically just get up from your chair. That's it. So move yourself to the edge of your seat. And then stand up. Okay. And then sit down. And then stand up. Okay. Those are called stand-up sit-downs, and it's a thing, okay? It's exercise. It works your butt. You get a cute little butt, and it's a thing. Okay, so it's like an exercise. Now, how many of y'all watch Netflix? Don't lie. Come on. Or you binge watch something. You watch one thing after another. Come on, raise your hand. Don't lie. Come on, you do something. You don't have, okay. So, and then in between, they give you like 10 seconds before they put on right? You know what I'm talking about? Come on, let's go. We're going to stand up. Sit down. Stand up. Sit down. So that's going to add years on your life. Just think about that. Where you're just watching the thing. You're just watching the seconds go, right? 10 seconds, whatever it is. You get in 3 of those. You keep on working it. You can get into 5. You might get 10. You're like, woo! You get abs of steel. You know what I'm saying? Or glutes. Sorry, I'm doing that's glutes. All right, let's get some music going. What we got, Gabe? It's what does it say? I'm a big deal. Okay. Did you put the YouTube? Okay. So this song, I want to tell you a little bit about it because it says I'm a big deal, and me friends them a big deal, and then somewhere in there he says this is not about arrogance. It's about acknowledging that I'm made by God and that we are all special. Okay? So I want to give you that comfort that it's okay to acknowledge I'm a big deal. And my friends, them a big deal. Okay? All right.
Smartin'. Smartin'. I'm telling you, but just loving yourself. Know what I mean? Value yourself, think highly of yourself. Know you're very important. Hashtag, I'm a big deal. VIP, me and my friend, them a VIP. VIP. Ask anybody, boy. I'm a big deal. Me and my friend, I'm a big deal. Yeah, we're kinda important. or vanity. This one is all about self-worth. So big up your chest and stand proud, and don't matter about nobody, no man no more than no man on this earth. So whether you walk or you a drive car, I tell you if you're white or black like tar, me feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on no one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal. Me and my friend, I'm a big deal. I'm if you tell you, yeah, we're kinda important. Okay, for real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. Believe me, and my friends are some big deals. Okay, very, very, very important. For real. It's like you have the prime minister, and then you have way. That are the order in a few country. Yes, that are the status of the hierarchy. Ask anybody about it. 4.0 are the great point average, and we never cheat or copy if you get it. You know you have your dreams and nobody can stop it. Just walk out, but some blank and say I'm a big deal. Very big deal. I'm a big deal. Okay now, yeah, we're very important. Very for real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. And my friends, them a big deal. Very big deal. Very, very, very important. Very now. For real. This has nothing to do with money or fame or vanity. This one is all about self-worth. So big up your chest and stand proud, and don't matter about nobody, no man no more than no man on this earth. So whether you walk or you a drive car, I tell you if you're white or black like tar, me feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on no one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal. Me and my friend, I'm a big deal. Yeah, we're kinda important. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. And my friends are some big deals. Very, very, very important. For real.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Yasmina. And Afro Beats coming in from the tannery. Yes, yes, we're winding down now. Sure, make an announcement.
One quick announcement is that I would love, and come talk to us afterwards, but this is Black History Month, and we have a nonprofit that supports Black artists, Black entrepreneurs, and low-income families of any background in Santa Cruz. It was actually inspired by an experience I had at Interlight. We had this nonprofit that came, and they raised money to give shoes out to children that didn't have shoes, and that day, my son had a pair of flip-flops, and one of the flip-flops broke. I hate that. You know, one flip-flop? So I go up to them, and I'm like, my son needs shoes. And they said, you have to be on welfare, you have to go to social services, and you have to talk to your social worker, and then, you know, get in the queue to get the shoes. And I was like, what the heck? Because I made too much to be on welfare, but not enough to get a pair of shoes. So I service that community. So I'm part of Interlight Ministries. I'm part of the Tannery, which is 100 units of low-income housing. I'm a part of, I could talk a long time about all the different communities I'm a part of, but there's a lot, there's about a dozen. And we also help artists to go to New York Fashion Week, to produce record albums, to do the kind of artistic, political work. And so it's Black History Month. We have a gala on Friday, the 23rd. The last Friday of every month, we do like a fashion theme. It will be black and gold. I would like you all to come. If you want information, I'm gonna tell you, if you have your phone out, you can go patreon.com/AfricanRoots, and that's a way to join to become a member, or you can make a one-time donation on Venmo. Thank you. African Roots Social Club on Instagram. Yeah, or just come talk to me. It's not at the Tannery anymore. We have moved to Pacific Avenue above Lulu's, across from Verve. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rev.
Thank you. She had texted me about color stuff, and I told her that I was going to be in red, and she said they were going to be in black and white. So, okay, so I switched to black and white, and then she came into red. You know, it's like it's all good. So we do have fellowship next door here. There's an opportunity to get some snacks, some refreshments. I want to say thank you to all of our hospitality team for setting all of that up. And I'd like to acknowledge Gabriel Wooden on the sound back there and being our engineer. And he just showed me we are actually streaming live on YouTube right now. So it should be up there, on our Inner Light channel if you want to, show somebody. And we've been trying to work on this for a while because we have so much fun here in the afternoons. We want to make sure that people can get in on that. Well, we're about to do that. So he's going to show up there. Trying to. Okay, this is our time of conscious giving. There's also a donation station that's in the other room in there too that has information that he's about to get going here. Yay, Gabe! Those of you who've been around a long time might remember when he was like a little, like they say, knee-high to the grasshopper. Nope. Okay, well, while he's working that out, I want to say thank you to you for coming out, for participating. Say thank you to all of you who give on any kind of consistent basis in particular. You'll see when the information comes up, and it'll be over there too. There's a QR code if you want to use a mobile device. You can use PayPal, you can use any debit, credit card, and there's a recurring option that's in there as well. Or you might choose Cash App or some of the other, ways of doing that. But I just want to say how important it is, the support that comes. And for what happens here on this particular day, the first funds that come from this go to the Resource Center, for the rental. They go to the band and the other things that we're doing here. Anything above that goes into Inner Light for our programming and the things that we're doing. Do you want to say something?
I want to say something about giving to Inner Light and why that is so important to me. Just real quick. I can't tell you how many people, I would say I know at least dozens of people whose lives have been changed or feel that they wouldn't be here if Inner Light didn't exist. Are any of you in this room? Right? Look around. So when you think about, for me, I was like, what is this worth right now? Like if it was, no, I mean, you shouldn't do that, but I'm a performer, so I'm thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, therapeutic. Like, did she say so? I go to therapy every week, and I need it, all right? And some of the things that you said, like, were so healing. It was worth the same amount that I would pay to go to have that. Or a concert, to be able to have like world class, like the same people playing up here are now gonna be charging $35, $40 to be playing later. Like church is the deal, is my point. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And yes, so the monies that come in, they go to help and support us in all of the programming that we're doing. And for a time that we are right now, this is a message that really needs to get out, okay? And it needs to get out in bigger and larger ways, so, all of that support is great. A reminder, because there was some confusion I heard from some people, we are here at the Resource Center every first Sunday from 3 to 5, not at our offices. Okay, because some people went to the offices, but we are here. On the 31st of March next month is Easter. And Easter, we're going to have a 10:30 a.m. service, like regular Sunday church service, and we're going to be at Temple Bethel, right next door to Cabrillo College. And the band's going to be there, and our choir's going to be there. So we'll still do the first Sunday. So it'll be an extra one. It's not going to be in either or. We'll be back here. Because there's so much going on next month, I won't be here for the first Sunday, but Kim Clark, stand up. Kim Clark is the guest speaker. Heather Houston's doing the music. Yeah, for next month, so you're going to be in some really, really, really good hands. Do we have the projection going yet? No, okay. So, okay, is there? Okay, there too? Okay. Yeah. Yes, and I'm fine. I'm fine if we want to pass it back. And there are envelopes if you have cash and you want to put your cash in there, so that we can, make sure that you get the credit for that. You'll also see that there are prayer cards. We're praying community here. The blue cards are prayer requests, and the white cards are some good news. Okay, you have some breakthrough or something and you want to share with us, fine. It's all confidential. And there are people in the room, some of you who are part of the prayer team that pray over the cards and the prayer. Can you please stand? Stand. Russell, stand. Yeah, I know there are at least 4 or 5. Jeff, stand. I mean, you're over the prayer meeting thing. Some of you are shy. I'm not going to call all of you out, but there are a number of people here, like in the room. It doesn't just go off into space. There are actual people who do answer the calls, who do get on the phone, who do check the emails, who do get back to you. And I just want to show them some love too, because a lot of these breakthroughs and healings that people are talking about, it's because folks have been holding that high watch and doing that and doing that praying. So I'm going to ask you to do something with me now, knowing that it's not up to yet, knowing that we're going to be doing our giving, over there or in this room. There's a blessing that's traditional that we do at Inner Light. And what we're doing is we're knowing that all of our giving, not only does it bless wherever it is that we're sending it to, but it opens us up as givers and receivers. It's like anything else. If you love, the love doesn't just benefit the person you're loving. The act of loving opens you up. Okay? If you're grateful and it isn't just what you're grateful for, it's the attitude of gratitude does something for you. Okay? So we are blessed by the same measure with which we give. We're that much open to be able to receive. So I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. My every act produces abundance. I dare to give freely unto the truth that sets us free. I release this gift, knowing it returns to me, knowing it returns to us 1,000-fold. 1,000-fold. We're going to do this inner light of mine. So to the tune of this little light, we sing this inner light. And if you are not on our email list, over the next room too, you'll see a little piece of paper where you can put your email address in. We don't bombard you with a whole bunch of stuff, but we would like to let you know like where we are and things that are going on and things you might be able to get involved with. And I'd like to acknowledge Beth Freewoman for coming in and leading some congregational singing. And this is very simple. This inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And then we'll fellowship. I want it faster. I want to rock.
This inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hey, this inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine again. This inner pick the key. I'm gonna let it shine, yeah, this inner light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, yeah, this inner light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hey, 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 Kim Clark.
Yo, everybody, it's Rev D's birthday Thursday! We gotta sing a little happy birthday, yeah? Stevie Wonder version, or what do you want to do? Okay, all right. The white version of happy birthday. And Beth is gonna sing it, not me. Yeah. Okay. But let's
Yeah, Rev, yeah, Kim, hang on. Hey, yeah. Is it okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Swing it. Happy birthday, Rev D. Happy birthday to you. 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 Happy birthday. I want you to know that you can Venmo Rev D for her birthday. Ask her for her Venmo. Because y'all is a white church, you don't know you supposed to do that. You're supposed to give her an envelope with a card and some money in it for her birthday, or take her out to eat, and she likes white chicken breasts. You still like that? I love you. Love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. That's the rhythm. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you.
I say thank you to everybody for the love, the support, for all of you who show up, who volunteer. There's so many volunteer opportunities. Please feel free to see me or talk to, Beth or any of us that'll be in there about ways that you can serve. And, I'm a volunteer here too. I come in, I live in Las Vegas now, but I come in because I love Inner Light. I love this community. And it's no greater honor and privilege than to be here in community with you. It's worth it. We got something going on here. All right? So let's fellowship. There's cake for Eddie's birthday. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's have cake.